Welcome back. Well, this is going to be part 2 of the grinder project. I hope you enjoyed grinder 1. It was a fun build, and in this episode it's the wrap up of that little project. Anyway, I wanted to show you this little project I did off camera, and I think you're going to like it. Let me cut, bring it in tight, and show you. So I needed a Toolpost grinder, and I thought, heck man, I can't spend the money right now on a Dumor or Atlas. So I thought, you know, I get one of these cheapy Harbor Freight grinders, die grinders. They're about 45-50 bucks, I think. And I made this this jig that fits on my tool post. So basically what I did is I just machined some aluminum flat bar I had, and I put of course a steel piece of flat bar in here to clamp in the tool holder for the tool post, and I got it pretty much on center right here. I haven't used it yet, but I'm sure it's going to work just fine. I don't know if they have double sets of bearings in these things or not, but basically I made this one is a removable cap on a piece of 3/4 inch flat bar, and then I have it to a piece of 3/8 flat bar right here as the backing plate, and then a piece of 1/2 inch flat bar for the front mount, and basically just machined it where it's like a cinch, where it cinches around. This was already round. I just had to remove some plastic right here, as you can see, to get it to clamp round on it. Anyway, I'll throw it on the tool post and have you take a look at it like that. But it was a pretty fairly easy project. It's going to come in handy. So just again, one of the cheapy Harbor Freight die grinders. There you go. Let me throw it on the tool post and show you what it looks like there. Here's a couple shots of the grinder mounted up in the tool post. Haven't used it yet, but I'm sure this thing's really going to come in handy. Like I said before, a cheapy Harbor Freight die grinder. What's nice is if I burn it up, you know, I can just take it right out of my jig here and replace it. So anyway, just thought I would throw that out there to anyone that wanted to build an inexpensive tool post grinder. I'm sure it's nothing like a Dumor or Atlas, but hey, you know what? It'll work. It'll work in a pinch, and I'm sure it'll work well, especially if you use good quality stones. Enco has a big selection of stones, and it's a quarter inch collet. Okay, next. Here's a few frames of the other Baldor grinder I got with the Craigslist find. It's a 3rd horsepower, and it is supposed to be red. I looked it up, and this model is red. I do have the fenders for it. I took them off because I wanted like an open axle grinder. I just got a buffing wheel on here that's pretty much almost gone, and a wire wheel here. Comes in handy, man. Another super smooth grinder. I got it mounted on the end of my little grinding table, so it's in a good location. Here's a few still shots of the grinder disassembled, broken down, cleaned up, sand it, paint it, and then reassembled. This was about a week worth, about a week worth of evenings after work, letting the paint dry overnight on each step. And then I let it dry 2 nights, I believe, before reassembly. of everything. So coming up now is the rest of the stand build for this grinder. Sit back and enjoy, man. Okay, the plate's 9 inches wide, so I'll just make this like 8 inches. I need another hand. Call that 8 inches. I'm not going to use the coolant, I'll just use some of the Lennox blade lube. Cleaned up, deburred. Next step. All right, let's lay our part up. Thinking like maybe 4 holes or a little over an inch, but we'll call it a ½ inch. Okay, here's our center. Yeah, I'll come a ½ inch on each side for the first set of holes. Nothing real critical, just in case I want to add something to the front. And then maybe I'll come in 2 inches. Nothing real critical. Yeah, that's good. 3 inches. That'll work. Simple. Doesn't need to be anything special. All right, let's get it in the mill. I'm not going to bother using an edge finder. I'm just going to go from my starting point and then use the DRO from there. If accuracy was important, I wouldn't be doing it this way. Center point. So basically I'm going to just I'll just measure off the first one using the DRO. We'll be good. I'm doing these quarter 20, and number 7 drill bit for quarter 20 threads. Back gear. Just poking through. One down, 3 to go. finish these up and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, here's my bozo move. The next 3 video clips are all muted because I forgot to turn my mic on. In this clip, I am basically just cleaning everything up with acetone and showing you that I blew out the threaded holes from all the cutting oil, and just showing you the dirt that comes off of material before welding. Didn't want any oil leaching up into the weld and ruining it, so basically that's all I'm doing here. In this clip I have everything clamped up and weld prepped, and right here I forget my welpers, so I walk over to the toolbox and get my pair of welper pliers before I start welding. If you guys don't have a pair of them, get them, man. They really come in handy. So basically I just stitch weld this with 3 small beads, and then flip it up on its side and do the 2 edges. I believe in the next clip you'll see me do the edges. In this clip, before I weld up the edges, I show you the Welco anti-splatter spray that I use for spraying on the actual part itself, the vise, and the tip of the stinger. Anti-spatter spray works great. It keeps your splatter from sticking to anything, and the stuff works great. So anyway, I just demonstrate how I spray it on the vise and the part, and it to this date hasn't screwed up a weld. And actually you could smell it burn off as you're welding, so I know it's present. Okay, I got it square of the world. Got the post squared both directions, and then the plate squared and centered. Just realized my mic was off for the last 2 video clips, so I'm going to have to overdub it. So let me tack this on, and then we'll flip it over and weld it up. Alright, let that cool, and then I'll get it flipped over, maybe on the bench, and weld it up. Coming along, man. All right, let me try and do this without getting in the way of the camera. Oh. All right. This a little bit. That's better. Let that cool and I'll flip it over. Okay, I got it all ready to paint. The underside of the disc, I'm going to use the same gray color that I painted the Baldor grinder with. And then the rest of the base, I'm going to just use the same color blue I painted my shop carts with. So I got it all prepped, wiped down. I got a little bit of surface rust on there, but it's just the bottom. I don't care about that. Let's get some paint on there. So I won't bore you with the paint detail. Paint the bottom, let it cure a little bit, and I'll flip it over and do the rest of it with the blue. Okay, I got the bottom of the base painted with the Rust-Oleum Professional. This is the same stuff I used on the Baldor grinder. Pretty good stuff, I like it. Dries pretty quick too. And then the rest of it's going to be blue, and I'll pan down to the bottom. Okay, for the rest of the stand, I'm using this Rust-Oleum from Orchard Hardware Supply, and this is the blue that I painted the shop carts with. Another good product, inexpensive too. I think it's $4.99 a can. So there's the underside of the top plate. I'll wait for that to cure a little bit, and then I'll flip it over and finish it up. Got the final coat of blue on. So now it's just got to dry, and then we can mount the grinder to it. Here's a demonstration of how smooth this half-horse Baldor is. I'll have my assistant fire it up for you. Very nice. Thank you, Samantha. That is one nice grinder. Okay, there it is, the completed stand and the repainted Baldor half-horse grinder. I got a wire wheel on the left side, and I got a 60 grit grinding wheel on the right side. So here I'll pan down so you can see the rest of the stand. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I used a tractor disc. I welded a piece of 1.5 by 4 inch spud in the axle opening of the trailer disc, and then welded this 1.75 piece of square tube over it. So there you go, finished product. I'm excited about putting her back to use again. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the videos. I do appreciate all your comments and subscriptions, and thanks for tuning in. Everyone take care now. I also wanted to mention I do have the eye guards for both the half horse and third horse Baldor grinders. I chose not to put it on this. I always wear safety glasses, especially grinding, but I'm just going to keep it so that all the pieces are with the grinder. So I'll put that away with the fender covers and eye protection for the third horsepower also. So wanted to add that. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the videos, and off to the next project, man. Till then, be cool, take care, man. See ya. First welded a piece of 1.5 by 4 inch square tube in the axle opening of the disc, creating a spud, then welding the 1 3/4 square tube over that, creating a strong base. I did this off camera, so I thought I'd throw in these snapshots.